Neither of these players needs an introduction, but of course we're gonna give it up. On the upper right-hand side, the Emperor of RaRaLand, it's Happy! And on the bottom left-hand side, a name synonymous with Warcraft 3 representing DRX, this is Moon! I got goosebumps, dude.
Hell yeah, the crowd is absolutely on point here. The excitement is palpable in the air, and we're starting off our series. Best of 3 here, by the way, guys. Still, before tomorrow, we're gonna go into a longer series. So 3 maps total to be played. Recently, Happy has absolutely had Moon's number. Moon has been cooking up some new stuff I've been hearing, and he needs something new. Happy is known to be an absolute killer in this matchup and normally leaves Night Elves by the wayside like there's no tomorrow.
I hate to bring it to you as well, but yeah, the stats are heavily in favor of Happy. This is not a matchup that Moon likes to play against 1-0. He's really, really successful. Against all the other undeads in the world, he's super successful, but Happy has his number. He's the kryptonite, and Moon can't get around. But if you go to RaRaLand, you know you have to go through one person to take the title, and that is Happy. So we'll see what Moon has been cooking.
Oh, hell yeah. Happy expected to be the final boss. The bookkeepers probably had his name all the way at the top of the list. But we're starting things off slow here. We're going to be creeping up a bit. And there's a Wisp ready to detonate. Gets that one off, at least gets one Skelly. Didn't get the experience away.
Ooh.
And Moon is able to successfully slow down the leveling of the DK so far.
Yeah, it seems like it's once again Happy's slower approach to the matchup, not rushing across immediately against Immolation. That's also not a good plan. Moon is the one bringing the game to Happy, not with Mana Burn as Foggy did before against X-Lord, but no, with Immolation. So far, nothing crazy, but a lot of damage on these ghouls.
Absolutely. Of course, they're going to be able to heal on the Blight, but they have to stay at home for now. No Mana Burn build, very unusual to see nowadays, but the Demon here early is really strong with it. And the DK is completely out of mana already. So is the Demon, to be fair, but he can easily heal from the Moonwells, and Happy being stopped early in his tracks.
Immolation Evasion, that's the build here. Happy kinda still away from level 2, but this little Murloc is giving it to him. That's Unholy Aura, that's unlocked, and the techs are unfolding as well. What are the odds for Gargs, Remo?
Gargs on one base, I think pretty rarely seen. Happy plays Gargs quite often in this matchup if he's expanding. And what do we have Moon doing here? We thought he was going to fall back, but Moon is looking for more kills. He knows the ghouls are hurt. He's sitting in the main base with a very unconventional timing. He might get the graveyard. That slows down everything.
That's an amazing push by Moon. There we go. Floodgates open. We're at the end of the tech, but every single kill of Acolytes is hurting Happy big time. So far, the ghouls are alive, but for how long? Number 1 is falling, and no mining for Happy the entire time.
What a sick start by Moon here. Absolutely off to the races on map 1. Happy a bit greedy, didn't have a narrow tower for a long time. Shadow Meld, TP out. Does he save everything? Yes, he does.
What an early game, man. The Moon is indeed rising, coming prepared. His Hunter's Hall is also a little bit delayed, but he has the resources for the second hero, which he's gonna be picking up. Let's now... He has arrived at tier 2. He's getting solo experience from the Merc spot. That might just be on purpose.
He also sees the opponent coming. The Sentry Watch found earlier, placed in a perfect position. Moon knows Happy is arriving soon, and Moon's falling back. Doesn't want to fall victim to yet another creepjack by Happy like we've seen many times before. Moon's gonna play it safe now.
Okay, Happy is here finally with the Naga second. That is, of course, then Lich third, and a weaker Lich in that. Demon Hunter kind of squeezed in between the Ancient of War and the creeps, and it is indeed 2 more ghouls.
Happy loses 3 ghouls early, before 6 minutes.
Washed?
This doesn't happen. This never happens. Happy here, off to an uncharacteristically weak start in this series.
So, of course, we've seen it a lot of times, like Happy's 9-minute ghoul push, the 9-minute nightmare, as I like to call it. With all these ghoul kills, that's not possible anymore, so he has to go for his plan B, which is then late expo, I guess, but he is denying the second hero of Moon.
Demon level 3. What is he gonna skill now? That's the weird point.
Yeah.
Like, Mana Burn is gonna be good late game, but he's level 4 for it. He's holding on to the skill point still doesn't have a second hero, but Moon hasn't lost any units. All the archers are still there, and of course the ghouls, the statues, the timings, everything slowed down for Happy.
The living legend is making an impact.
Panda.
Here's the Panda. In anticipation of Garg's late Garg transition, it's always good against buildings, of course.
Yeah, with the Panda out now on the map, Gargs I think certainly shouldn't be an option, but of course nowadays it's mostly about the Naga. Is this the new strat for Moon? Is that what he's been cooking up? I've been hearing rumors. I've been hearing that Moon has been preparing something special for Happy, and here it certainly is. Level 2 immolation plus Panda. It's all about the fire damage, baby.
Bring the heat, and these players so far definitely do. Solo experience now, as you said. Scroll of the Beast, Soul, Staff, Boots, lots of mobility for Moon, and the Panda, Ring of the Archmagi, can't complain about that.
Always a great item. Stat boosts for the Demon Hunter are terrific. Happy's looking for his first unit kill. The first unit kill of the game. I think he's gonna get it. Now this archer indeed is doomed. That's level 3, a big level up there. But guess what? The Naga also in trouble. But she's got the boots, helping her here quite a bit. The apparel of boots, appreciate on both sides.
Okay, we're on the way to tier 3 for Moon. Happy has arrived there. Was that just the first slaughterhouse that finished in the base? Yeah, right? This is kind of late.
Yeah.
With the statues here.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the graveyard thing. The graveyard cancel was huge. Graveyard takes forever to build. Really slowed down everything for Happy. And what does that mean across the map? It means that Moon has more time to prepare. Most likely the frenzy timing will still hit, but much later this time around. And if the Demon and Panda both get 3, I mean, that should be lights out for the ghouls. Or lights on,
lights
depending
on, I guess. Yeah, get the pitchforks. Rat spot already. That's a little bit of armor and damage and intelligence for the Demon Hunter. Should he use a Tome of Retraining maybe to go for a mana burn again?
I could see that later on for sure, but I think right now it's about building the army first. You need the bears, you need the dryads, also orb. There's still lots of things to get stronger with. And especially as long as there are ghouls and the demon's in the right spot, with boots he might be, could still be quite good. I'm liking Moon's play a lot. Let's be 100% fair here, if we will. This wasn't Happy's best game ever. A few mistakes have, in fact, been displayed, but Moon has been doing this insanely well.
Red spot for Happy now. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Happy is not able to play the 9-minute push. Happy is not able to play the tier 3 expansion for now. Moon always has to be on the lookout, of course, for a second Haunted Goldmine. But yeah, it's Creepcraft right now. Panda, easy. And on the other side, what do we got? Talisman, little boost for the Naga. But the Lich is definitely going to be under-leveled for a long time.
But since there's no mana burn, or at least not yet, it's going to be very hard to find the kills, especially on the Lich. A bit of mana burn, right-click damage, also good for just nuke damage on the target. But, you know, the Demon Hunter Panda are extremely strong late game, but normally on one base, it's considered not playable because it's so weak in the mid game that you get overrun by the enemy second hero. But here Moon had such a great game that he made the Panda work, and he has bridged the time. We are now in the late game. The heroes are online. And especially if Moon can perhaps find an answer to Destroyers, maybe Talons, I think he's looking great.
He's also getting the second Mercenary Camp. That's one of the biggest spots on the map with one of the best rewards there is. And Happy didn't even dare to get it because he was busy at the red spot bottom right-hand side. Heal scroll against the Panda, always nice to have. But Moon, can he finish that Merc camp? He's even taking this little troll camp here. Man, he has no TP to get out though, so a fight is brewing.
Yeah, I think he's ready to fight, isn't he? Both heroes almost level 4, good items as well, and lots of mana. Supply is dead even. Happy's looking for the weakness, but he can't find one. He's backing off.
Rock solid Moon. The first breath of fire was amazing against the ghouls. He will need to use that heal scroll very, very soon. Happy sees no chance. This was supposed to be a creep jack, but it backfires hard. Moon in a tremendous spot.
Only costs Happy 1 ghoul in terms of losses, but it also means that the timing is slipping away. Ghouls are very strong right on tier 3 with Frenzy, but they'll be getting weaker over time, especially as enemy heroes get stronger, especially against heroes like a Panda.
Moon feeling confident. You can see it bottom right-hand side. We are in Destroyer territory, and there seemed to be an issue here. Maybe with the hotkeys, we'll see about that. Stressful. What a great game this was so far for Moon. Maybe a little psychological warfare, pausing the game, let it sink in. You know, Happy, I got your number. This game is looking good.
Yeah, this is a rare emotion to have against Happy, where you're feeling good, you're feeling confident. You've been kind of schooling Happy in the early game. Happy with 1 or 2 missteps, perhaps, that Moon was able to punish amazingly. is this the new playstyle? I'm really curious to see if this is kind of something that's going to be continuing as well. Immolation plus Panda. It's been looking terrific here. And it all started off with quick harass, quick damage being done against the undead, and even a graveyard cancel out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can resolve things. It would be a darn shame if we have to restart the game, but shouldn't be. Should be a fix soon to come.
All right, how do you play from here if you're happy? You know you're a little bit behind, but you also know that you've been in like 570 games where you were in this position and you were able to turn it around.
Yeah, this is interesting. Like normally, especially against the Demon and Naga, you know that more creeping, more late game, more levels will normally favor you more. So, delay the game, stay at 50, be cost efficient, especially if the opponent does not have an expansion, and then just creep up the map as much as you can. You're fast with the aura, try to minimize losses, and then normally you can rely on very strong heroes late game. But now, he's facing Demon Panda, perhaps the strongest dual hero combo in the game, so the late game isn't necessarily on his side. Just dragging out the game might not favor him, especially since Night Elf can expand easier, and as we saw, that might be a thought as well. So, yeah, Happy has to make some quick adjustments. Perhaps the most obvious answer is try to get as many creeps in as you can, gobble up the rest of the map, try to get some crucial level ups, and then perhaps it's this time around the case that Happy is the one who actually has to act first as he's going up against these other strong two heroes.
Yeah, and as we said, like he's not as aggressive as he was a year ago, so there seemed to be still a little bit of an issue, so we just continue to talk over it. He's becoming tame. You think he's getting older, tamer, or is it just a meta?
Well, tell you what, it's the first game of the series also.
Yep.
Sometimes even Happy doesn't play his very best. There are indeed occurrences where a mistake is sometimes observed, but his ability to bounce back is truly phenomenal. And you know, I was thinking about this before as well. Happy, especially in best of threes, hard to beat. Best of fives, excuse me. But this is a best of three.
Correct.
This could be a little punch landing there before the clock runs out, and could be indeed Moon forcing Happy down to the lower bracket, which would make it the second Night Elf in our top 4. Foggy, of course, being through already.
And then we got Starbuck versus Focus playing against the loser of this one. Pretty damn fantastic. If you're in Moon shoes, you feel really, really confident now. I hope the nerves doesn't go to him. Like, usually you would think, this guy is playing tournament for 20, 22 years. He shouldn't get nervous. But when we went to China for the first time and we talked, oh, he's still getting nervous. Oh, yeah, I'm so getting nervous, man. Let's hope he has everything under control.
Yeah, a lot of athletes, a lot of performers also have like the jitters before they go into the game. But many also say once it starts, then the rhythm kicks in, you know, the experienced feel kicks in, and they can let loose and really display all their abilities. And those were quite some good abilities.
Yeah.
Excellent early game that Moon has displayed here, and I want to say perhaps the best early game against Happy from a Night Elf I've seen in quite some time. Might take some innovation. I guess also it's going to be up to Happy to make an adjustment on map 2, but that's something he must not focus on now. This game,
let's
number
not cast a curse this.
Very much still up in the air. But yeah, this is certainly something fresh, and that's always the most exciting thing. Moon always has been an innovator, always has been fantastic to follow, fascinating to observe, and yeah, even now, even after all these years, he's still oftentimes leading the charge.
It's so crazy, man. After 20 years, how you can still come up with new things in Warcraft 3. Like, who does a timing push against a graveyard? No one does it, but you give Moon some time. It's been 6 weeks since the qualifier, I guess. He knew, okay, I'm going to go to Dortmund. I want to beat Happy's ass, and I'll prepare. And Moon was always the strongest when he had time to prepare. And man, 6 weeks in Moon's brain, that's scary.
Yeah, I wonder how many tricks have been cooking up there. As we know, some people like to let him cook, and something wonderful seems to have been produced from that. We got a little simmering, if you will. Yeah, Last Refuge is still going to be the map for us to focus on. We're going to be continuing with that soon, guys. We're having, unfortunately, some technical difficulties, but should be underway shortly.
Happy looks like he has 400 APM in Windows settings. He's working with his entire head. It's crazy. But yeah, this was also at a time where we were close to a fight in the middle of the game, I think. So, okay, headphones back on. There was a nod, I think. And if Happy nods, we obey, I hope.
We're going to get the info here if we're ready to go momentarily. Also time to think also in the break for the players. Is there something to min-max? Is there a specific move to go for to either... let's go. Find out.
All right, everybody, we're back! And Dortmund is back as well. All technical difficulties aside, Moon is in a great spot. 700 gold, amazing levels, great heroes. Happy slowed down the entire game. And look at the bravery of Moon. He just creeps the lap away with a Demon Hunter solo.
Level 2 immolation, baby. Let him burn.
Dispelling against the inner fire and the bloodlust. How great is that?
He's suffering from his own success. He can't even pick up the item. He's got too many good items. Panda also gets the other camp across the map. Moon's experience gain is insane. And Happy, by the way, has made his choice. He's going for a different tech. Double Temple will be going into Banshees.
Oh, wow. Against the bears. He knows how strong these bears are and he wants to have them for himself. Can he survive until then? The items for Moon are amazing. Devotion Aura, fantastic. An Ankh against Undead, always nice to have. Wand of the Wind, always the X factor, especially against Happy. You prevent one coil, one hero might fall at any given time. But Happy, important, scouted really, really well, and kicked the Expo. So we stay at one base.
And now almost all the creeps are gone. Oh, Demon Hunter here, getting kind of intercepted. Hero kill would go a long way, but he's got the staff, isn't it?
Oh! There's a zap! There's an Ankh! He's coming back, but Happy just ignores it. He just wanted the Ankh gone.
Could he have killed him a second time?
I think so. Just surround him.
What?
Kill him. No?
It's only 500 HP.
Did he not realize? I mean, it's kind of obvious, but, you know, heat of the moment, maybe.
That would have been an easy kill. He had so much time to surround. This could have been a demon falling. Moon gets away with a black eye, but Happy also gets the last big camp on the map.
We have another transition, this time by Moon. We see an Ancient of Wind. It could be everything, really. Hippos, fairies, talons even, with the new patch we got. All right, both stay at 50, really greedy. We're not paying upkeep, we're investing into upgrades. The first attack upgrade for Happy along the way. We got 1-2 already for Moon.
Yeah, I think he will be looking towards those talons. Talons extremely good, especially late game with high supply against destroyers. Almost impossible to beat if the talons are in the right spot. But the talons don't do much against the Banshees, which Moon still has not figured out.
I think he needs fairies. Fairies against Curse?
Yeah, could be good.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
Okay, calm before the storm. The three heroes. Feeling its other pulse. What's up? Who wants to dance? Are you ready? Nobody really feels ready for Moon. The talent transition isn't done yet. The Banshee transition isn't done yet. It's just, you know, put the toe in the water.
And Happy, of course, here has a big mana advantage. The statues in the back healing away. And there's no mana burn this time. True. So these statues can work over time, and Happy is making use of his advantages perfectly. With the mana advantage, he's poking with the spells, and also with the move speed advantage, he's kiting from range. Moon's army is strong if it gets to connect, but it's kind of slow to get there.
We have a little bit of a stalemate going on here. Happy keeps Moon busy, so there's no time to go to the shop to go for mana burn, for a Tome of Retraining. And now Banshees are ready in 5. How can you stop this?
All right, committing in with the Bears. Is this one really going to lead to something? Well, one ghoul goes down. That's the first kill in a while. This one, though, not too consequential. The bank is looking similar.
We have the first Talon out. Moon has 1,300 gold. Nobody wants to be the first to break upkeep here. Highly psychological task in game.
I think Happy there was trying to snipe the Talon. Didn't quite work out. And Moon is starting to feel a bit now the downside of his opening build. Not having mana burn in this situation is really painful.
Yeah. Drunken Haze to slow Happy down a bit, just weaving in and out, in and out. And the Demon Hunter, it's not really much you can do. Maybe it would be nice to get Backpack and send something to the shop.
Yeah, I also got to feel that now it must be time for mana burn.
Yeah. But can you leave your base? Can you expose your base to this undead army?
The Archers are paying the price. They're, of course, easy Coil Nova targets. They have now been eliminated, but Moon's army is becoming really, really strong. Moon is basically building the perfect army right here. But some Talons getting caught. It's 2 Talons going down, and Moon is having a tough time finding the catch.
Another coil coming in. Lich is kind of hurt. So is the Fiend. We still have the One of the Wind. Oh no, it's gone. Okay, so no One of the Wind anymore. Breath of Fire into No Man's Land. And will we take this open fight in No Man's Land?
No, Happy's gonna kite back once more. Another talent has fallen. It's 3 talents going down, plus the archers. Happy has been trading extremely favorably the last few minutes, with Banshees coming behind that Moon probably still doesn't know about.
Yeah, and that could be 5 bears soon in Happy's army with Roar, Richu, etc.
Great kiting.
Gotta be careful! Barely
My
surviving.
gosh.
Oh boy. But Moon calculating this perfectly so far. Invo Potion on the Demon Hunter. We're still waiting for the Tome of Retraining. The dust settles a little bit. Both have the same supply numbers.
Yeah, Moon has to retrain. It has now become glaringly obvious. With the move speed of the Undead army so high with the aura, he can't really get into the best position for the immolation anymore. There's an expansion that Moon has been able to set up in the meantime, though. If Moon can hold on to this could still be his win condition.
Oh, but how? There's no Nature's Blessing, is there? And he's staffing in. Fake, though, buying some time. Goes for the Crow. That's an easy kill, of course. Supply numbers for Moon are lackluster. He's not producing at the moment. 400 gold in the bank only. And still, no mana burn. Happy has a TP to get out if he needs it.
Yeah, and he does. Much of the army is stuck in the main base. Happy can't kite back here. It is sort of an island up here. Happy has to get out. But the last 4 minutes or so were insanely good trading for Happy.
Yeah, man, this is crazy. And Moon still doesn't know about these Banshees.
Uh-oh.
This is uh-oh indeed. We're gonna go for Dryads now. That's definitely helpful. Still needs the way to the shop. And of course, the longer the game goes now, the better it could be for Moon because of the expansion, but also Happy can just constantly steal units.
Dark Ranger third.
Ooh.
Here's the answer. Moon wants to have the silence against the Banshees.
So he knows.
He did figure it out. Yes, sir.
All right, calm before the storm. He went to the shop and didn't buy a tome. He has no gold for that at the moment. Wisps suffering. Expo didn't really mine anything just yet.
And we're going for the tree. Moon is going to try to defend. I don't think he's going to be here in time. The tree's going to go down, but maybe Moon can force a good fight. Happy is stuck up here.
No TP indeed. 2 heal scrolls. If Moon engages, it's do or die, and we will determine the winner of the first map right here, right now.
Moon trying to get a good concave, but there's also a good position for Happy up on the high ground.
Do you really want to fight Happy with a high ground disadvantage?
He's going to try for it. Demon Hunter leading the charge. Banshee's coming in, trying to get off some possessions. The first Banshee, though, is she going to get through? Last second with the cancel. Panda drops as well. Can he be saved? No, he can't. Panda goes down. The second hero hits the deck. Now it's up to the Demon Hunter by himself. And Happy's starting to steal more and more bears.
All your bears are belong to us. This is looking grim for Moon. 53 foot, only 20 foot. Whooping advantage for Happy. Emperor reigns on Last Refuge.
He strikes back indeed after a tough early game. Happy now with an immense lead. Up by more than 20 supply. It looked so good for Moon for a long time. The Dark Ranger was supposed to counter the Banshees. Didn't exactly work out that way in the end.
How many bears are in Happy's army now? This is crazy. And usually what this army lacks is a good front row. Like 2 bears it is, all right. Is a good front row, a steady tank. You don't really want to go to Abominations unless you have Disease Cloud. And now you got this. It's not really a weak point anymore. Sweet deny, but will that help in the grand scheme of things?
Yeah, it's looking quite desperate right now, to be honest. Happy hasn't lost anything in a while. In fact, has been getting more supply from the fights thanks to the steals. The Banshees are now pretty much out of mana, but the army here is terrifying.
And the Panda isn't here to help. Moonwell's getting destroyed. Bears, of course, amazing at that as well. More and more nuke on the Demon Hunter, who can still not burn against this. The Dark Ranger had a staff, by the way. This Panda kill was preventable.
All right, Demon Hunter again, thick of things. He's tanky, but not that tanky as opposed. Staff is there this time, saves him last second, has to heal up now from the Moonwells. But the army size difference is just too overwhelming. And Happy gets the 1-0, turns around this game with a strong comeback.
Ooh, after the break, everything was different. A whole different Happy. Performing really well. Every single 50-50 decision went his way.
Yeah, great cutting there as well. You know, when the expansion was coming up, when he was trying to buy time for the Banshees, excellent control, perfect kiting by Happy. Sniping there between 10 and 15 supply, bit by bit, Coil Nova over and over. Colnova game over, as they say.
As they say.
And yeah, I think Moon, he missed the timing to retrain. I don't know when the perfect timing would have been, but it became very much obvious that in the very late game, 60 supply plus, Immolation does not cut it anymore.
Yeah, Happy did a great job at the bottom where he constantly threatened an attack into the base, so Moon couldn't really go to the shop. Then afterwards, he got the expansion, then he couldn't also go to the shop. It was very, very stressful, but yeah, without mana burn against high-level undead heroes, absolutely no chance in the late.
Yeah. There's room to improve on here, though. I'm sure Moon has already lost something, learned something from this game. And I think we also learned something from the early game and mid game. Early game, level 2 Immolation creeping, really good. Very strong to keep the DK at bay. Also, maybe a Graveyard Cancel, something you could actually look for with how strong it can be. And also, creeping on in the mid game. Panda creeping, Demon Hunter creeping, their Immolation is super good. Where Moon got nicely ahead. But yeah, in the end, Happy able to turn it around, which was, we have to say, also pretty sick.
Absolutely, man. He feels threatened, and then all of a sudden, everything goes well. Every decision, every timing, even like keeping the Banshees back to come in as a somewhat of a surprise. Just great how he finds the time to build double Temple and then find the time for the Adept training, for the Master training, because he was constantly threatening a fight down south. He's just that damn good. Neo is just such a happy fanboy.
And there's good reason to be. And you know, when you see most undeads having lost the mid game, falling back, playing passive, throwing down double temple, that's a sign of desperation. That is a clear sign that things are not going right, and now we're going to try a wild Hail Mary.
Yep.
But with Happy, it's oftentimes like part of the strategy and part of the flow chart. Not just in this matchup, also against Human, especially when he was playing one base. This was part of his strategic arsenal. And outside of him, nobody's really able to make this work.
There was a game between Ente and Kevin in Meisterschaft, I guess. Ente was paving the way for that. All of a sudden, all the bears were gone by Kevin, and Ente had like 10 bears. So he's the innovator of that,
Well,
I guess.
in that case, I did that also on BattleNet in 2009. Point being, not everyone is on the same level as Happy and Moon.
Probably no one.
That's right. That's why they're facing off against each other here. In fact, regardless of who makes it through today here in this match, the other one blocking down to the lower bracket, still going to be the top dog favorite. Starbuck and Focus and the loser will be playing it out there as well.
Yeah, but do you want to get up early to play the lower bracket final after being here late? I don't think so. You want to sleep in. Of course, we all do. We can't, but we all want to at least. So this is super duper important. You get the high seed as well, and a top 4 spot guaranteed. So Happy, one step away.
Yeah, this map must have been a confidence booster for him as well. We are told that there are some hotkey problems, unfortunately, at the moment. So we're going to be fixing those and then get map 2 underway. I hope Moon can shrug this off. He's been here before. He's got the experience, even if he's not immune from nerves and nervousness every now and then. He's been in countless tournaments. If you look at his Wikipedia page, he's got achievement after achievement. He is obviously the biggest legend and most successful player of this game that there has ever been. But yeah, Happy has been making life tough for Moon, and that's not just been this year.
I mean, Happy's dominant started at WGL, right? Where that was the big grand final. We all remember the Dryad micro, the fight in the middle of Twisted, and the emotion by Happy afterwards. That was really where everybody knew this is the new top dog now. If you want to achieve something in Warcraft 3, this is the guy to beat. And ever since, like, Moon felt a bit broken against him in that specific matchup. Happy was just constantly dominating, and it looked like he could stop it today, but no, not yet.
Yeah, map 1, seemingly he came close. Maybe a few micro adjustments can still lead the way, make a difference. But it's going to also come down a lot to the map, of course. Not every map is good for Demon, not every map is good for Immolation creeping. Last Refuge we saw, especially right at the beginning, with the opening builds, is really good for Demon Hunter, because you can get the first creep camp super quick with the Ancient of War, and then you get Immolation, get the second item and the second creep, and there you have the level 2 advantage. That is not that way on every map. But of course, Moon's going to have the next map choice, and would love to see, for example, a Twisted Meadows. Wouldn't that be nice?
Moon Meadows at RaRaLand? That sounds like a dream to me, but of course, if you're Happy, that could be your first ban. if you're not of the opinion that you can fast expand mass Gargs, which is also definitely possible, we should have put it in the rules. Like Moon, it's not allowed to ban Twisted Meadows against Moon. Next year, maybe, if there's the next year.
I think Moon would agree.
Of course.
Sounds like a good rule.
Yeah, I think Chad and the audience would agree as well.
Map number 2 is always going to be Lost Temple. How about that?
That would screw our schedule so hard, dude.
Yeah, that's true. Well, we've been seeing many of the maps this tournament. AZ is fortunately not one of them. We're going to figure out soon what the second map will be. Might tell us quite a bit already. You know, another hero that's been making the rounds lately, of course, the Demon Hunter is the talk of the town, but in this matchup as well, we've been seeing more Warden again.
Yes.
Even Moon's been trying Warden. Lawlide's always been a great Warden player. Foggy has been dabbling as well. The Night Elves aren't that easy to predict.
You could also play Keeper, really.
Yeah, I still think Moon's Keeper is amazing.
It is, absolutely. He always finds a way into the enemy base. He always finds a way to kick an Acolyte or a Ghoul or something. He always finds a way to get level 3. And then also from there, you can kind of diverge. Do you want to play Dryads? Do you want to play Mass Air? Keeping happy in the dark then a little.
Yeah, absolutely. We are still waiting on the fix. Our staff is hard at work and will soon be concluding.
It's actually the War 3 Champions main developer at the moment at the desk, ready to help. So
Everyone's chipping in. Wonderful.
yeah, of course. It's as always the Warcraft community. You know, this could have been so easy if we had, for example, like a hotkey tool in the game.
We have it in War 3 Champions.
We have it in War 3 Champions. That's one of the many reasons why people should be playing on War 3 Champions.
Yeah. We have been informed. We're going to check out some highlights to get another taste of Map 1. Here we are already a good bit into the later stages. Yeah, this is where things were looking so good for Moon. He was creeping 2 labs at the same time. He was
I've
getting
never
so much
seen this
XP.
before, man. I've never seen this creep before. Demon Hunter, Immolation, level 2 plus a Wisp. So sick.
And basically the entire map was crept. Moon got most of it. And I think here we're going to see the most confusing moment in the game. Demon Hunter didn't staff out quite in time. I guess.
Because it was so great, we just look at it again.
Look at it again. There it is. Yep, there Moon was already panicking, but he's like, uh-oh, here comes the Coil Nova and Fog Lightning.
But that was so odd, dude. Why not surround?
Yeah. It would have been so easy.
But it must make sense to Happy, obviously. Like, he was not even thinking about it. Like, straight to the turtle spot.
Yeah, maybe he was thinking there was a Panda close by for a staff, but, I mean, may as well try it. And then the Banshees, late game, were able to take over the Bears. Not over-relying on Destroyers, since Destroyers can get counter-star out by the Talons nowadays. And yeah, the Panda dying so early. The staff was ready, wasn't it?
Yeah,
oh, the staff was ready.
Absolutely was, unfortunately.
That's a bit heartbreaking.
But all right, it's just gonna be even more epic when Moon turns this around, makes it a 2-1. Dortmund's on fire, and whoops, I thought I had the time to drink a little bit, but absolutely not. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. What are the odds you think that Moon is able to turn this around? Do you think he's gonna be deterred after map 1 because whatever strategy he came up with for LR didn't work?
I would think he's got more than just one strat lined up. Normally, Moon has very specific tailor-made strats for different maps, very similar to Foggy in that regard, which oftentimes also seems a bit risky to me, because you never know what your opponent's going to veto necessarily. But most players have a fairly reliable veto pattern, and so I guess you can make an educated guess. I think he's going to switch to Keeper. I think Mass Air still has potential. And I could see Moon absolutely having a good shot here. I don't think he's going to get blown out by any means.
Me neither, man. And that's really cool that we don't know what's becoming next. Like, you know, when we were casting 10 years ago or something, 1.26 or whatever the patch was, every single game, every single map, the same strategy. Things are definitely better when we talk about build variety.
Yeah, absolutely. More heroes have been becoming playable. Keeper since then, more abilities have been becoming playable. Immolation, for example, which is an interesting story this year. Immolation was absolutely trash for the longest time. Then it was real strong. Oh, it was definitely too strong.
Yep.
And now it seems to be pretty good. Seems to be playable. Seems to be decent. The Demon Hunter's been using it a lot, like we saw there on map 1. And with a new patch on the horizon, we may have a new lady taking the limelight, because the Warden is getting some pretty good buffs soon.
Yeah, I paid a lot to make Loliot happy, to finally get that Warden buff in. It was absolutely necessary. And I had to pay them a lot to get your Night Elf nerves out of the way, that Demon Hunter range nerf, dude.
You just don't know what you're missing. It would have been the best. You see? People agree.
Yeah, didn't they just say your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, really, that could be like...
They meant, Remo, you're right. Because, yeah, mana burn is a mana burn, isn't it?
It is a mana burn. We can ask these people. Does Dortmund think we should nerf mana burn? See? No one.
Nobody said no.
No, nobody.
Yeah, I didn't see that coming.
You're a spin doctor, dude. It's disgusting. It's disgusting.
Yeah, but we've been seeing lots of PTR changes. We've been seeing a lot of development in Warcraft 3, so it is still exciting to see that, improvements are being made, innovations are being made, and I think it's supposed to come out, the new patch, on the end of this month, isn't it?
They were waiting for RaRa to finish, which is very good and relaxed me a lot.
I was thinking that as well. Imagine if they just forgot and would have released in the same week.
Forgot? Who could forget about RaRaLand? Are you mad?
I know, you shouldn't, but Blizzard have forgotten some things in the past.
Like what? A ladder for their game? Come on, that's ludicrous.
That will be one of them. Or that tanks give more XP when they have Barrage upgrade. And other examples like that.
Ah, that happens, you know. You forgot a lot of things in your life too.
Didn't forget RaRaLand though.
That's right. Man, I would have been mad at you if you just casually forgot, sitting there at home, like, isn't there a tournament supposed to be happening? Yeah.
Well, thankfully I was still driven here, despite the trains being cancelled. In case you guys didn't hear, on Thursday, when most people were arriving, we had a national strike in Germany.
Yep.
That was a fun little scramble when everybody had to figure out a new way to get here. And lots of plan Bs had to be made. Shout out to Bear for picking me up near Frankfurt and driving us here together. It was surprisingly non-complicated in the end. Unlike for Hitman, who was like stuck in traffic for 7 hours.
Well, he didn't charge his phone properly, and then he missed his train because he had to buy a new charger.
Yep,
so,
I heard.
Yeah, that's what happens. I mean, it's his faulty preparation, I guess.
Yeah, too bad we didn't get to see Hitman series against Starbuck earlier, by the way. I was watching it on the stream. It happened simultaneously to Hippo and Dice. It was a really close game. It was pretty epic. Back and forth, Starbuck making it through there in the end. His is going to be the last match of the day, isn't it?
Exactly.
Against Focus.
Versus Focus, indeed. But if you shout out some people, I might shout out some people as well. The staff of Being Esports, man. Without them, none of this would be possible. They are working for like half a year since we know that we could get this venue. Relentlessly, tirelessly, and they're always in a good mood. They always push for more, so less than 3 Being Esports.
Absolutely, they deserve it. They're a big crew here together. They're getting up much earlier than us to be here on time to discuss everything and get everything sorted. We know that there's been a few delays here and there, but that is not really their fault. It's something to do with the routing and hotkeys, and a few things just happen, you know. And sometimes things happen.
BattleNet sometimes gets in the way. The technology for a LAN event just isn't there yet. That's the mad thing, right? In Warcraft 3, you have a built-in latency of 60 to 80 on LAN. That's mad.
Well, it is at least 3 times better than old BattleNet.
That is
basic
correct.
Latency.
I don't want to remember. All the cheaters, all the hackers, all the latency.
Yeah. Do you guys remember what we had to deal with, dude? Old BNet, 200 ping, baseline, plus drop hacks, plus map hacks, plus...
outdated map pool.
Everything.
It was rough. And then Pat took over, and that kind of started it all, eh? People coming back to the game. Mm-hmm. NetEase saw, hey, this German dude is building W3 Arena. We can do that too. They built NetEase. All of a sudden, we had GCS, WCA, and then a lot of people came back. It was great.
And now we are in the War 3 Champions era, also started by Pad, which really showed a whole new scope of what was possible with community work. Multiple of the War 3 Champions team members are here. Toxi, Kovacs, Helpstone, just to name a few.
Cephid,
absolutely. and yeah, is what has been keeping our game alive, the heartblood of the community. War3 champions marching on season after season, where conveniently could also find the season finals always on Back to Warcraft, which have had epic encounters in the past, where especially one of these two has been featured a lot in the past.
Yeah, what a segue, Mr. Remo Demo, because do you know when the season ends, the current season?
No.
It is tomorrow. So, in like 2 to 3 weeks, we have new War3 Champions finals.
Oh, so soon already?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Actually...
So we got RaRaLand, TP League, WC3 Ancient of Wonders Cup,
Yep.
and War3 Champions finals.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I mean, the last War3 Champions finals was when you were in Greece, so it's been a while. We had to push it a little further, but yeah, they're coming back and very excited.
Yeah, absolutely. In case you guys aren't familiar, in the War3 Champions season finals, we use the ladder of War3 Champions to qualify our players. The top 16 or top 24, depending on how exactly the format is going to work out, are always going to qualify to the online tournament where the best players of the ladder will face off. And that's been a cherished, long-standing tradition by now. That
Very
keeps going
excited.
on.
Dude, I keep saying excited. I feel like a Blizzard employee. God damn it. No, we don't want that. But it's going to be real cool to give the people the shout out they deserve and highlight all the features again with the little presentation we got. I love it. I have a little complaint, by the way.
Hit me.
Like about my own organization. My feet are killing me.
Me too.
And we're standing here. It's really bad. It really hurts. Ouchie.
Yeah, we are just basement-dwelling nerds, and we are not used to standing.
Yes.
I've noticed walking around, much better. Just standing still.
Yep.
All of you fine folks out there who have to stand around a lot for your job, respect.
Yeah, how do you do it?
I don't know how you do it.
You poor souls. Like, there's a lot of people who count their steps
Painkillers, maybe.
here at the event.
Maybe just have to eat painkillers.
A great idea.
Yeah.
I'd rather eat some koalas, but I don't have koalas here. Another oversight.
There should be some here.
No, you shouldn't.
We must fix that for tomorrow.
You shouldn't snack when you're on a broadcast, eh? Maybe in the breaks.
In between.
In between, 100%. So I wonder if someone is fixing that now. I'm just putting my leg up. I don't care anymore.
This might be a wonderful time to remind you also of our sponsors. We mentioned the koala snacks already. That is Kuchenmeister, who are supporting us here and making this all possible. The finest cooking wares, baking wares from a company, Kuchenmeister, which has existed for more than 100 years. That is almost 140 years, since 1884. Also thanks to Lead Desk, who are...
Here we go, everybody. Give it up for the koalas and Kuchenmeister.
Lead Desk, who are supplying us with the best gaming desks out there for standing desks, sitting desks, height adjustable. They have it all.
I'm just starting to snack now. I don't care.
Give me some.
Okay.
Give me some, baby.
You like the milk ones better or the chocolate ones?
Chocolate.
Unfortunately, this is milk, so...
They're both good, though. You know, that's can't go wrong.
That is correct. There you go.
No. One. Let's take two, bro. Let's go crazy.
Oh my god. Oh, and he dropped it. Oh my god.
Just like it hit the koala, dude. I just keep dropping
You
them.
really sucked at that.
I was the first one in, okay?
You were amazing at catching them. You were really bad at throwing them.
You know, you're leaning yourself out the window right now.
Yeah.
You haven't tried it yet, have
Yeah.
you?
I have other things to do, you know? People want to take pictures with me. I gotta sign stuff.
Tomorrow. You're gonna do it.
No.
You and Lawlion, let's go.
Lawlion has to play. I don't know what they're saying, but as long as they're having fun, it's good.
It sounds like Figo. That doesn't make sense.
The football player?
Yeah.
From Portugal?
Yeah.
He's not even playing football anymore. Why would you yell that?
Why not?
It sounds nice.
It is a good name. That is true. Almost as good as Moon. Is there a more iconic Warcraft player name than Moon, I wonder?
I don't know, man. Sky?
Sky's pretty good. Yeah, those one-syllable ones go a long way. I guess
Or a
we're-
short way.
Short distance, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, boys, we got the bracket as well. Let's take a look. This is still what is coming our way. Group A is, by the way, done for today. We're going to have, of course, that continuing to tomorrow. But Group B, we still have 2 more matches.
Indeed, that is of course the maps that we have here, plus Starbuck versus Focus. The lower bracket final of each group will be played tomorrow. Dude, the biggest surprise is probably Hippo taking out X-Lord before, but also Pato getting a map off of Moon early. Much respect. Like Pato, he's used to playing on like 200 ping or something over there in Brazil, and now he was quite unhinged, I want to say. Like unchained is the better word. 2 overs, Leon, mad strong.
Yeah, Leon, unfortunately for all the German fanboys, didn't make it that far, and yeah, Leon, an X-Lord, out of the tournament, not super early, but not quite living up to the hope, I suppose, of many of the fans. But Starbuck, he's the guy that I now have an eye on. Of course, we saw him recently in the TP leagues and similar tournaments, TED Cups before, and his story is going to be an interesting one to follow. He's the only human, if you want to call him that, left in the tournament, playing up against Focus next. Against Hitman, he was playing all human, but he's also capable of playing random. He's capable of playing undead very well. And his org is also very strong. Just as Night Elf is normally the race that he doesn't look that strong with. But yeah, Starbuck is perhaps the one I'm most excited still to be seeing.
I'm sorry to say this, like sorry to Focus, but I really, really want Starbuck to advance, because can you imagine our dear friend Johan Mello, if there's no human in the top 6, my god, dude, the rest of the evening is going to be a nightmare.
Well, the good thing is Todd always goes home early and doesn't hang out with us, so shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Lots of Night Elves here in Group A, eh?
It certainly is. We will have 2 Night Elves advancing from this group. Like we mentioned earlier, Foggy is through already, and then there's going to be one more to join tomorrow. All right, or Dice, which, is that the first or the second game of the day? First, right?
That is the first game of the day. And man, what a journey that would be for Dice. From the round of 16, finally qualifying for DreamHack when he was still called Stranic.
Yeah.
Constantly grinding, constantly playing the Cubs. And then his very first international offline event, and he's immediately reaching the final day. That's pretty amazing. Yeah,
I've been enjoying seeing his play a lot. He's been seemingly very fond of the experience here. Seemed to be quite joyful. Has been, I think, was also one of the earliest players to arrive here. And the new Beach Boy look, Beach Boy Dice, I like it a lot. You know, I think I mentioned this to you before. Some dudes really look great with long hair. Mm-hmm. He does. Mm-hmm. I thought I would try it as well a lot of years ago. I'm not one of those people. I am not, but Dice is.
Mr. Remo Demo, you saw me getting from, when we get to know each other, I had this long hair. Do you think I should grow it out again?
I don't think you can anymore.
Oh, wow. It would be a lot lighter than back then, but challenge? No, not challenge accepted. It's way too comfortable.
Yeah, I imagine it makes life pretty easy. You don't have to worry about a haircut at all. Wait, I guess you have to shave it every 3 days or something, though?
Yep. Yeah. I only do every 7 because I'm lazy.
Yeah, and you save a lot of money. That's also good.
I had to build a to buy a shaver though.
Yeah, one-time investment.
Yeah,
that's more money for Lead Desk, more money for Kuchenmeister.
Correcto.
That's money way better spent.
I remember you shaved your head once, and then we went to an offline event, and one of the editors from the news page came, Remo, why did you shave your beautiful hair?
My beautiful hair. It was gone. Yeah, we did a lot of weird things with our hair in the past. I also dyed it blonde.
That was
a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been through a lot of weird stuff. I'm still ashamed of my my shirt with flames on him. Flames and tribals. That was my thing.
I think they're kind of coming back, the flames.
That is so bad. The 90s, right?
I wonder if people are like ironic about it and like, this looks so stupid, it's kind of funny. So let's do some flames.
I think it's just a thing of the 90s.
Yeah, it certainly was. I think flames are also kind of cringe, as the kids say.
Oh my god, it's cringe to say cringe.
The worst thing, which I don't think has a chance of ever coming back, was the frosted tips. You guys remember that? Dudes used to have fairly short hair, but then they would have their, what's it called?
Tips frosted?
Yeah, but they would have longer hair as well at the front, and they would have those tips frosted. That was the most stupid looking thing of all time.
I think it would look great on you. There were also
for Carnival, it would be funny, actually.
It would be funny. There's also some people that like frosted spikes, like twisted a little bit. It was a little bit more punk rock, pop punky, I guess. But that also looked hella stupid.
Yeah. that is the age to do it, though. If you want to be real dumb with your appearance, you know, as a teenager, gotta try things out.
Yep.
The world is vast, life is somewhat short, and you gotta figure out what you like, you know? Who knows what you like?
Yeah, and then eventually just shave it all off because it's all annoying. So, yeah, technical difficulties still on. So we're getting tired, we're old man. So we throw it back to people who have it more convenient than us, and we go back to the couch.
Hey guys, remember us from the couch?
The Koal Apes.
Yeah, exactly. The Koal Apes are back at it again. Yeah, we are having massive technical difficulties. I don't know if Remo and Neo already told you, but apparently Moon had a bugged hotkey through the War3 Champions client, and 2 of the War3 Champions developers are actually in the building right now trying to fix the issue. They are still at a loss because they don't know how that could happen. And yeah, the issues are being fixed, and I think we are trying to bring you Game 2 of this wonderful series that was the most anticipated event of today.
They should take their time. Like every player needs to be on their A game, and inventory hotkeys are so important. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Like I cannot imagine having to play without. Actually, the day that I arrived, I went to the Phantom Aces bootcamp room, and River was playing 2v2 with Dark. They're both very good at 2-on-2 duo. He TP'd. Oh no, he staffed by clicking on his inventory. And I was like, stop right, I'm going to call the police if you don't fix this right. If you don't ban this hotkey right now, we're going to have a problem. So
my God.
I went through with it. I told him like what he thinks he should add. And I think inventory hotkeys is like almost like, you know, it's just like the mouse and keyboard is an extension of your limbs when you play.
Yes.
Like you need to be perfect with them. Same thing with the inventory hotkeys. There is absolutely no way you can play without them. I'm pretty sure also like if Moon's insisting that it's important, it must be like his staff or town portal hotkey, which is like, you cannot play without it.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if like maybe even Game 1 should be replayed. I don't know. It sounds like really bad.
Yeah, that sounds like too much. There's no way.
In my opinion, it should be replayed. That was the.
It should be replayed, and Happy should have 50% handicap. There you go.
Oh well. So
It's still win, but
which hotkeys do you use? Like what are your inventory hotkeys?
so you only need 2. That's the thing too, because like there's 6, but the important items as human you only need 2. I think as orc probably much because you're gonna have like speed scroll, heal salves, and all that. But as human, you need the 2 top ones. So top left is town portal, and top right is staff.
Nice.
You need nothing else. The rest you can click; it doesn't matter. But staff and town portal is non-negotiable. You need to absolutely be able to press hotkeys. And I use for the top left, I use Control A, which English keyboard would be Control Q, and Control E for the top right.
Oh,
and
awesome.
honestly, I don't want to brag, but my stats are pretty good.
Let's go. I still use the standard hotkeys like for everything. Like I got everything memorized from when I was a child.
The numpad?
I use a numpad, yeah. I actually go like
Normie.
I go like cross-handed, like you know.
I remember people do that sometimes.
It's super weird, but like I don't know. I got used to playing that way, and also obviously I'm not a player of the caliber of Moon or Happy, so you know for me. Every once in a while, I use one of these hotkeys, and then I'm happy and content if it works the way I intended to do. Well, while we're at it, we are having some wonderful sponsors that are helping us to, you know, make all this happen. First and foremost, of course, Basedeck, which is the venue that we're at. All the technical difficulties aside, I mean, some of them maybe could, you know, be bogged down to the venue. This all being a very new operation, but also a lot of very unfortunate stuff happening with War3 Champions, of course, and also like with the servers and everything. Basedeck, I think they're doing an amazing job. They have provided a venue that, you know, is a sight to behold. We can, you know, fit almost like 100 people in that arena area to watch the games on stream.
Full.
It's full, yeah.
I better be Saturday against Moon, you know.
That's right. And then we had like, you know, PC stations for I think 100+ players that were competing against each other yesterday. In I think 4 different brackets. They like had like a Swiss phase in the beginning, and then like 4 different brackets running simultaneously and relatively smoothly and finishing on time, judging by what like everything that had to be organized. And that now leads us to the good people at Being Esports, who are responsible for the not only the broadcast but also the organization of this entire tournament. I think they've been doing a fantastic job. they always have like somebody to quick fix any issues that arise, and there have been many issues that have arisen over the course of today. Of course, a very unlucky day for all of us here. Very unfortunate happenings, but somebody from Being Esports always is right there, you know, for the quick fix, for finding a solution as soon as possible. Also, the guys at War3 Champions that are here programming quick fixes left and right, you know, whenever something arises.
Yeah.
Of course, shoutouts to Back to Warcraft, without whom this thing would have never, you know, even have been a thought, because I don't think we've had like, you know, basically like unsponsored, not entirely unsponsored, but you know, like those grassroots type offline events.
They're carrying the scene on their back.
For sure, for sure. So shout outs to Neo, Remo, and Carson. I think are the three Back to Warcraft staples at the moment. And yeah, then we have, of course, our two beautiful sponsors. One of them is Lead Desk. You can see them on screen all the time. Lead Desk also provides the players with the desks that they're sitting on.
The best desks around, I think.
Yeah, that's
honestly.
right. That's right. You could also, you know, there's a chat command for this. So if you go to their website through the chat command and Twitch chat, maybe you decide on, you know, getting Lead Desk at some point.
You can fully customize it. So you can pick like the color that's around, the exact size. I have the large one, pretty big guy.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, you can fully customize. You can add something to hold your PC tower under the desk. You have cable management trays. Like this is one of the most fascinating things to me, because my old desk, like there was cables everywhere, and now you have two trays under it. And you even put the, what's it called, like the power source thing,
the PSU
multi-plug thing.
Oh, the multi-plug. Yeah.
And then everything's plugged in there, and then it's very like you don't see any cables almost. It looks so clean.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
I need
that.
something like that in my life as well, because my desk looks so messy underneath it.
Lead desk, hook a brother up.
Yeah, hook a brother up with a Lead Desk. I really appreciate that. And next to Lead Desk, we of course also have, and this is like one of the funnest and silliest sponsorships I've ever seen at any esports events. Kuchenmeister sponsoring us with their koala snacks, and not only chocolate but also milk cream flavored.
What does it mean? Kuchenmeister?
It means cake master.
Oh, I thought Kuchen might be cooking master, but cake meister. It makes sense.
Yeah. So yeah, it's Küche is kitchen.
Okay.
And Kuchen is cakes. It's very similar.
This means baking tradition since 1884, right?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I only lived in Germany 7 years. And I can't speak a word.
And it shows. No, you are able to dissect this very like puzzling commercial there. All right, yeah, and they provided us with lots of goodies, and I think also with lots of monies in order to get this operation running. So big shout outs, of course, to Kuchenmeister. We had Justin of Kuchenmeister earlier today here in the venue as well. I don't know if he's still here, but him and his colleague actually competed in the Hit the Koala challenge, and they did quite well, actually. Yeah. It seems like in the Kuchenmeister offices, they knew this game beforehand. You know, we had to adjust on the fly.
Yeah, they knew about it. And of course, everybody did better than Remo anyway, so.
Oh my God, the poor guy. Okay, so we are informed by production that we are heading into a quick break until everything is fixed. I think everybody from the venue could go to the bar and get a drink right now, because this is one of the most hyped games, one of the most anticipated games that we have had so far, and it's going to conclude eventually, and everybody's working overtime in order to get it on its way. So see you as soon as possible, a couple of minutes maybe.
Jetzt sind die Fernseher aus. Ah, wir sind drauf.
Welcome to RaRaLand.
Guys, we are back and we are happy to inform you that Moon is just right now in this very moment setting up at the computer in the player area. Todd, you just informed me what the exact issue with the hotkeys were. Could you please iterate for the stream?
Okay. I was told, I'm not very good at paraphrasing, but basically the inventory hotkey was not working successfully because the language kept on changing, even though, you know, like when you set up another language on a computer, you can delete all the other ones. So ideally it doesn't change. Somehow that was still happening. And because of that, one of the hotkeys wasn't working. So now Moon's being set up in the player area, and Happy's still going to be in the arena, and he's going to try to play from there, and hopefully it'll run smooth.
Okay, okay. And I feel like, you know, this the game one that we saw with Happy and Moon, it was going pretty well for Moon in the early game even. Like he could keep up with Happy. He got a couple of pickups here and there. So I feel like, man, my man kind of got robbed by a weird bug. So let's see if he can bring it back in map 2.
Justice for Moon, Regan.
Just hashtag justice for Moon. Now this is cosmic revenge, right? for what happened at DreamHack. Yeah, but you know, we do the best we can. Nobody could ever predict such things to happen. That's literally the first time I've ever heard of this happening.
Yeah. The thing about Moon is that I don't expect this will get to him. He's too experienced. He's too seasoned. He's the GOAT.
He's the GOAT.
Right? He's still 100%. He's still ready to go. Let's go, champ.
That's all right, and now we are bringing you guys back to Remo and Neo, who are gonna cast map 2 and potentially 3. Let's go.
My production man just said, casters, get ready. And of course we're ready for map number 2.
We've been ready for 30 minutes.
We were waiting a long time, finally activated now. So hopefully 2 more games here. You can see this, what just happened, from 2 different angles, I think, if you're Moon. A, you're really angry, of course, that you had a lead and you blew it. Or you say, my plan was working really, really, really well, and I got him. So just fix this one issue with the mana burn and do it again, and then I'm gonna wreck this kid.
Yeah, it's a rare sight indeed that Happy has such a weak early game, or rather, the better way to say it, to have such a good early game for Moon. Can he do it again on map 2? Let's jump in and find out.
Long have we waited. Happy Moon activated. Dortmund makes some noise. This player in the bottom left-hand side is in the other area of the venue, so you gotta be loud. Give it up for the man who's facing the lower bracket, for Moon. And of course, with a 1-0 lead, the winner of last year facing the semi-final on the right-hand side is Happy.
So far, nothing much is changing for Happy. We have the same opening build. It is the one that can always be relied upon nowadays, the Ghoul build opening. And across the map, I think this might be the more interesting question, strategically speaking. What is Moon going to be playing? It's the same opening still. Demon Hunter, standard, creep route, so far going for the green. The fast level 2 and the aggression that followed really got Moon into a strong position. We'll see if he can do that again.
Okay, boys, this is gonna be a Demon Hunter once more. No Keeper shenanigans, no Warden shenanigans. We had a lot of time to speculate about different hero choices, but Moon, stick to your guns. It did work before, just fine-tune it and then it will be good. Happy is usually really, really good if he's facing an obstacle. It might work once or twice, but you give him a little bit of time and he fixes it immediately. Was he able to fix it in 30 minutes?
Yeah, if it is the same thing indeed, if it's going to be the immolation pressure again, doesn't have to be, right? Moon has many different strategies, and depending on the map, an expansion play could also be in the cards. Although Demon Hunter expansion is a rare sight nowadays, doesn't mean it is not going to be played at all. We have immolation again, so that much we know already. Question is it going to be mana burn this time?
All right, ring first for the Demon Hunter, always good to get a little bit more tanky. And Happy is playing it more aggressive already than he did game 1. DK on the way to the shop, I guess. He likes to wear his circlets.
Absolutely, even willing to sacrifice his creep speed early, even a bit of HP, getting the circlet here. Not only good for the DK, but also taking it away from the Demon Hunter. Will not be able to benefit from this item for a while at least, but is benefiting from the other two items. Ring and Slippers are sensational for the Demon right away.
I like that word sensational, man. There's no better way to describe it. Techs haven't started yet, but it will be any second, gathering some lumber, and then off we go. Happy just queued it, Moon at the very same time.
And it's evasion again. All right, Neil, we have a pattern.
Dude, if... You like to make fun of me
Took you
because
a
of my
second.
pattern?
Took you a second, though.
Took me a second. You know, I was in the zone, and all of a sudden you're coming up with memes. I have no idea what I wanted to say, so...
Yeah, but I mean, it is Moon tipping the hand. This seems to be the new playstyle for him. We'll be closely monitoring the following developments here in this game. Is it going to be the Panda again? Is it going to be one base again? Is it going to be heavy emphasis on creeping again? You know, at least in theory, it could perhaps even be better here if the early game goes well, because if Moon can creep the map fast, we will creep up this map faster than LR.
Yeah.
There's fewer creeps here. And with that in mind, Happy may be forced to fight late game with lower level heroes, but we're far away from that stage still.
Feels like Happy is playing the guessing game. What creep spot does Moon try to take away? He went for the Murlocs, was a little bit late there. And Moon's, Happy's DK was at the right-hand side. Gets the Wand of Mana Steal. That's, of course, nice against an Immolation Demon Hunter. But yeah, you are absolutely right. He's just creeping the spot in seconds.
Next item for him, the Panda not good for the Demon, could be good for the Panda, perhaps. Also Sentry Wards, again, helping Moon to have early vision, and the Sentry Ward vision helps with creeping as well, to know where you're safe and where you are not. Happy is looking for the opponent at the moment. We'll find the Archer, perhaps, but the Demon Hunter evades his grasp for now.
I don't want to belittle the Emperor, but it feels like he's a little lost on the map, and he has no idea what Moon is doing.
And for once, he doesn't see everything with the Skellies.
Yeah.
Which sometimes he does. Might still fortunately run into the Demon, but one coil certainly won't be enough for the kill. He's trying to snipe and steal away the item here. With only 2 Skellies, with the coils, I guess that should work.
He could use Wand of Mana Stealing on the Major, use the coil, and then gobble it up, the big heal potion or whatever it's gonna be, and there it is, because, oh, of course, Happy gets the big mana against the Demon Hunter with no mana burn.
This will be a lot of coils.
Yes.
Big mana and Wand of Mana Steal and statues and all that without facing the mana burn. I said earlier that I think he missed the timing to find the transition point. The DK now level 3, so is the Demon Hunter, and we're going for the Wisp Hunt.
Oh, super annoying, of course. You don't want to erect the laws right now when the DK is around. That coil kills the Wisp. But in the meantime, Moon got the level 3 himself. Another ring. This Mr. Remo Demo's 15 armor points now.
There's also a lot of Wisp going down.
Yeah.
This is going to be a late tech. I don't know when we're going to see the bears exactly, but it won't be too quick. Ancient of Lore. Ooh, risky business.
Oh, Moon almost trapping the DK here. There was no TP. If he builds an invisible archer wall like so many times before,
Yeah.
might just be dead.
That would have been the weirdest way to win the game, just trapping the DK in there.
Yeah.
Then again, it's happy. Have you really won then? Probably not. But yeah, Moon's tech certainly slowed down. It's going to be time for a second hero soon. We saw the Panda again. I wonder if we will... and yeah, we do see it again. All right. This is, I think, now a clear sign that Moon has found his new playstyle. It is about burning the enemy with the Panda and with Immolation.
Happy is adjusting as well. This is no Naga second. He goes for the Lich. Of course, the powerful Coil Nova combo. You all know it. On the way to tier 3. This looks very much like the good old 9-minute frenzy timing because unlike in the last game...
Creep Jack.
Oh, okay. Unlike the last game, he didn't lose any ghouls, but maybe now.
Item already went to the Panda. The Archmage ring is really good.
Oh.
Good damage against the ghouls as well. It's way better to trade out the archers for the ghouls, and look at the damage. The Immolation and the Panda doing a good job. Coil flies. TP baited, but it's going on the archers instead. But a pretty good trade for Moon. He got the item, he got some ghoul kills, and he lost only one archer. Seems fine.
It's getting hot in here. Take out all your ghouls. It's working fine, man. Breath of Fire wasn't even there yet. It was just Drunken Haze for movement speed, for mischance. And Moon is definitely back after a not super successful early game, but he got the necessary levels. And Happy, where is he going to creep? He's going to the Arachnithids here in the north. Not the most valuable camp there is.
Yeah, the levels for Happy not looking insane, but the tech timing is looking strong. Check out the clock at the top, not even 8 minutes. Black Citadel is finishing. Frenzy is going to be ready quick. In map 1, the Frenzy timing was greatly slowed down. Map 2, it's a different story. Frenzy's ready fast, and it's Moon who has the late tech.
Exactly.
A very late tech.
And of course the graveyard wasn't killed, so the slaughterhouse was in time, so the statue is up. HP regen, mana regen all the time. This is tricky. Ring of Regeneration. If someone...
Insanely good items on the demon.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
He is supposed to be the carry, and he definitely looks like a carry.
It's going to have to be a lot of heavy lifting on the Demon Hunter. This map is also known to be pretty difficult for second hero creeping. For Nile, we can see it reflected clearly on the Panda. He's level 2, yes. But how is he going to get level 3 now? The shop is gone. The tavern, the marketplace is being taken by Happy. The natural is already crept. He has to hope for the red. How is he even going to create this red camp?
I guess the Demon Hunter is doing a lot. We'll see about that. Happy at the marketplace gets another item.
Mana
it is
Stone.
the Mana Stone on top of the big Mana Potion. These items also very insane. So much mana, so much Coil Nova. Can Moon reach level 3 or level 5 somehow before Happy's timing hits?
Another big item here to be grabbed up. The Panda would love to get some solo experience here. Can't really do it though. Gets the Unholy Aura. That is indeed a good one, but now has to hustle on back. The push is coming, and the hero levels aren't quite there, especially on the Panda.
Oh, thankfully you get additional movement speed now, but is he ready? The Drunken Haze Fire combo needs to wipe out these ghouls instantly, otherwise he's losing too much Moon Juice. Using some healing here. Very conservative with the mana, but the Moonwell is down, but everything's burning.
Immolation doing great damage here indeed, but the Panda also suffering. Staff is on him.
Oh,
Can't be
no.
staffed out by the ally. Makes it to the shop though. The heal potion will save it once more. The Immolation plus Dryads could work out well here in theory against the ghouls.
Drunken Haze Breath of Fire rattling through one more time, but it's only level 1. It's rather weak. The longer the fight goes, the more important are these Obsidian statues, of course. Panda needs a potion rather quickly, but the Demon Hunter is a beast.
Now fighting mano a mano against the Deathline, but we have so much mana still, Neil. We still have the Mana Stone that can be popped at any time. Speaking of mana, we know what juicing these Moonwells. The Moonstone has been popped as well, but the Panda is struggling. Still no level 3, still low HP, and the Demon Hunter now out of mana, also lowering his match tremendously.
Oh, both heroes in jeopardy here. Heal potion on the Panda. What about the Demon Hunter? The Moonwells are empty or destroyed. Panda gonna be the new carry for the time being. With Breath of Fire level 2, Happy has this game under control. It kills the Demon Hunter. This is the semi-final already.
This is how Happy has won many of these matchups before with a frenzied timing, and it might just be good enough. One hero down, 2 heroes dead, and the game is over. Happy victorious again.
The 9-minute nightmare is back after drawing out games to tier 3 in the very, very late game stages. This was picture perfect Happy. This is what he was playing for the past 4 years, terrorizing the Night Elves, and Moon wasn't up to the task today.
Ah, man, map 1 looked so close, and I think Dennis was on the money. Seemed like something slipped away there from him. Could have Tomo retraining, could have changed things, I don't know. But now we have the answer. This is not the strat that always works. This is not the strat that can be relied upon 100%. Perhaps it is now back to the drawing board for Moon after so many attempts, after so many changes. I guess there has to be a new innovation.
Oh yeah, and we will see Moon again, but in the lower bracket, our couch is gonna analyze all this for you.
Indeed, we do. And yeah, as we saw in game 1, Moon was very successful in the early game, like prolonging the tag of Happy so that the 9-minute ghoul frenzy timing, like 9-minute tier 3 frenzy ghoul timing, wouldn't work out in the way that Happy, you know, is used to playing it. As Yannis already said, he's been doing this for 4 years. And I think key to this matchup against Happy might be just, you know, trying to throw him off guard in the early game as good as possible and then delaying the ghoul frenzy timing for as long as possible, because by the time that he then reaches the frenzy ghouls, I think the Night Elf can already have an army online. As we saw in the second game, this didn't work out at all. Happy was, you know, evading Moon at every step of the way until the 9th minute, and then, you know, just could rush the base, kill one Moonwell very quickly, and then, you know, even though it was nighttime for the longest time and the Moonwells were full of mana and full of that juicy, juicy moon juice, it wasn't quite enough because, you know, if you tear down the building, all the juice goes to waste.
Yeah. Actually, we just saw Moon like walk outside and look absolutely dejected here.
Yes.
You got a feel for him. It's a good idea, though. I should try that instead of punching my walls at home when I drop a series like this. Yeah, no, Happy is just so solid. Like, I'm actually in awe at how easy it makes it look against the GOATs of the game here. Moon, the most titled player who's won the most money in the history of the game. Happy is just on another level, and it continues. Like, Moon on paper was one of the guys that can give him a run for his money, but Happy just delivers. That last fight was a thing of beauty, by the way. Like, so many players will do that attack and then just kind of like not execute it well enough. That wasn't him. He was always targeting the best thing that he could target. The ghouls were out of position for a bit. There were some archers doing more damage than they should be. He was like, wait a second, move the ghouls up on top of the archers, took them out instantly, and then after that just really wore down those heroes of Happy perfectly.
Yeah, and I think we are going to go back to the stage to hear what Happy has to say about this series.
And here we are, guys, with Happy, our winner, once more. Make some noise! All right, Happy, another victory for you. You just faced Moon, you two being some of the most successful players of all time in Warcraft 3. We saw something that seemed new to us. We saw D-Mana with Immolation play, no mana burn, and Panda, all from one base. Did you practice against that before? Did that surprise you? What did you think?
Yeah, of course I played against it. No, it's not about surprise, it's about, I think it's simply not the best choice from his side, in my opinion.
What strategy did you think would have been better, or do you not want to give that away?
No, I'm not gonna say it now.
All right, fair enough. Now, you're in the top 4 already. Foggy is there as well. Who else do you expect to make it through?
You mean like from, like except me and Foggy?
Sorry, yeah, from the other players in the lower bracket.
I think from Group B it will be Moon. From the other group, I think Lowlight.
That would make a lot of Night Elves then to be your opponents for tomorrow. Is that the matchup you're feeling comfortable in at the moment? It always looks like against Night Elf you are very strong. Is that also your view on the matter?
Yeah, I'm quite fine in that match, for the most part.
All right, you're done for today now. Your games are over. How are you going to try to get best prepared and rested for tomorrow? What's the secret of the champion of last year to get ready for the final day?
No secret, just gonna rest.
All right. Nothing too complicated. Then we wish you a good rest, Happy. We'll see him tomorrow again on Championship Sunday. We're not quite done for the day, of course. We have one more match to be played still. It's going to be Starbuck versus Focus coming up next, and we'll give it back to the boys.